Hello friends, today we will discuss what is modularity, why developers hate modularity, what are the four benefits of modularity, how modularity increases the reuse of components, how modularity increases the testability of your system, how modularity makes your applications more deployable, how modularity helps big teams to work on the same software. Modularity is defined as the degree to which a system component may be separated and recombined, often with the benefit of flexibility and variety in use. Modularity is about dividing your system into smaller subsystems with clearly defined boundaries. It is very important aspect of architecture. Why developers hate it? Why I used to hate it? Modularity is finding out where you are writing the code, where your code should go within the application. Should it go into business tier? Should it go to data access layer? Should it go to the presentation layer? Should it be in sales package, sales application? Should it be marketing applications? Obviously we hate it because it takes time. We have to ask around where should it go. We need to discuss with people. All we want is just do the change, get the job done, and move to the next programming assignment. So what happens tomorrow? Some new programmers comes, or after 1 year you're trying to find out where did you make the change, and you have to go through 1,000 lines of code to find, okay, this is a business rule you changed because you did not use the principles of modularity. You did not put your code in right application. You did not put your code in right component, right layer, and you have a mess at your hand. And another disadvantage of not using modularity is tomorrow you decide to change database to from SQL Server to Oracle, or you went cloud, you use new NoSQL, and now you have to make changes whole application. If you have used the principle of modularity, you have put all your data access code in the data access layer. Only thing you have to change is the data access layer. You don't have to change presentation layer, your business layer, only the data access layer. Modularity makes sure your components are reusable. If you have a business layer, your only data access layer is changing. You just change the data access layer. You can continue to use the business layer. If you have some export to Excel utility and it's lightly coupled, it's modular, it's independent to the application, you can reuse in other area. That's where services come. Services are modular. Other people can use services, other applications can use services. So we can see the first advantage, modularity increase the reusability. Now next come to the testability. If your application architecture is modular, you have proper business layer and you have a dependency injection, you are using dependency container to make sure your business layer talks to your presentation layer, talks to business layer, your business layer talks to data access layer through dependency injection. So that will make sure your component is testable. Suppose you are building airplane. If you build whole airplane and you start testing, it's difficult to figure out which component is which is difficult to figure out which component is failing. And that was a problem with the waterfall methodology. You build whole system, in the end you would test, system is not working, but you are not able to figure out what's wrong, which component is wrong. So if you are testing engine of the air, if you are testing engine of the airplane independently, if you are testing the wings independently, if you testing the landing gear independently, and testing the individual components are easier, and if the individual components are working properly, you integrate together and you test the whole system, it's easy to find out what's gone wrong in the integration, which part is not working, is there some bad data going from engine main component to the other components. That's why plane is not running. So this is the same principles we have to follow in software architecture. We have to use model concept. We have to test our business layer independent of our data access layer and presentation layer. So we know the benefits of testability, and we can see how modularity supports testability of the system. Coming to second one, the system should be deployable. So it's a good practice that your code in the source safe in GitHub repository should be ready to deploy at a single click. Here comes the modularity into picture, and that's the benefit of microservices. If you're following microservices architecture where you're building small applications which are independent of other applications, where you don't have to coordinate your effort with other teams, if you can deploy your component independent of other teams, that will increase the deployability of your system. Here comes again the modularity, the architecture into picture. If you have using microservices architecture, you have clearly independent application, and you control all the variables within your application, and if you can deploy that application, it will increase the productivity of the team. Finally, a lot of time we want to use big teams. We want to get things done. There is a very popular joke in management. A lot of time management get pressures. Okay, take more resources, get it done fast. A lot is like you cannot have three ladies and have a kid in 3 months. It takes 9 months for a mother to conceive a child. You cannot increase resources and reduce the time. But what you can use modularity to make multiple teams to work on the same application. You can divide components, make sure they have clearly defined interfaces, what they kind of data they're gonna take, what kind of data they're gonna give. So in this way, multiple teams can work on applications independently. We should be striving for small teams, as Amazon popular two pizza. There's a popular Amazon two pizza rule that team size should be enough that two pizzas can feed the whole team. So friends, today we saw what are the advantages of modularity. If you like this video, watch my other videos in modern software engineering playlist. Also like it, share it, and subscribe to my channel for your regular updates. Connect with me on LinkedIn and Twitter, especially LinkedIn. If you like small summaries of the video, I will be posting a lot of small summaries of the video on LinkedIn. Thanks again.